Hey, welcome back to Get Down to Business. Joining us today is an entrepreneur who literally turned one of life's least glamorous chores into a thriving empire. Our guest is William Milliken, the founder of Swoop Scoop, a multi-million-dollar dog waste removal company that serves thousands of customers across multiple states. William's success proves that innovation and exceptional service can turn any idea into a success story. With a strong background in digital marketing, he's built multiple seven-figure home service companies and earned a reputation for creating profitable, recession-proof businesses. Today, William's here to share his insights on finding opportunities in overlooked markets and how he helps others become Swoop Scoop millionaires. Welcome, William.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Why do you think dog waste removal became such a profitable venture, earning the reputation as a recession-proof business?
Yeah, well, definitely was a shock to me. We originally started the business almost as a joke, but it turns out people really hate going out and picking up their dog poop. So a couple things that kind of go into that's made it such a good business is it's a subscription-based model. People don't like picking up dog poop, for one, and it's also really easy to scale because we don't have to go out there and hire a ton of really experienced people. It's a lot easier to find people to go out there and just pick up people's dog poop, essentially.
I love it. Your background's in digital marketing. What's your unique approach to marketing a service that some people might initially view as a tough sell?
Yeah, definitely. So usually when I go into a new industry, I have a couple different home service companies. I'll look at Google search volume. So I'll see how many people are actually searching for any particular given service. And if you're an electrician, you're a plumber, you're HVAC, anything like that in our area, there's thousands of searches every month. And for this particular business, there was less than 10 searches every single month. So to really advertise this business, we had to find ways to get out in front of people. And for us, that was a lot of social media advertising, whether that was on Facebook, Instagram. It was doing things like getting full truck wraps, putting out yard signs, really finding ways to just get in front of people. And because of how kind of funny the business is, it has a tendency to go viral, get lots of shares across social media. That's really what helped us expand when we first got started.
That's so cool. What are some common misconceptions that people have about this niche or maybe the home service industry in general?
Mm-hmm. I think the one thing we hear probably more than anything, not so much anymore, but especially when we were first getting started is, if you can't pick up after your dog, you shouldn't have a job or have a dog in the first place, right? There's kind of that misconception where people think our clients are lazy or they just don't want to go out and do it. And that couldn't be further from the truth because there's a lot of people that use our service, whether they're elderly, they're disabled. We got two working couples that go out and they work all day. They don't have time to do the chore. But we're really in the age of convenience now. So people get their groceries delivered. They go out to eat. They hire a lawn care company. They hire a maid service. Picking up dog poop is no different than any of those other home services. It's just a matter of letting people know that it exists out in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. William, I want to make this personal over here. Let's get to know the person behind the microphone. What's your story with dog poop? Never thought I'd ask that question on the air.
Yeah, so my story with dog poop, I actually had hired a dog poop service to come clean up my dog poop before we even started this business, just because I had several other businesses. My wife was pregnant. I just didn't really want to do it, have the time to do it. So we ended up hiring a service to do it ourselves. And really looked at how they were running their operations, not very professional. They didn't have uniforms. They didn't have wrapped vehicles. I think they had everybody's Klein information on Venmo, so you can see everybody's addresses. Just really not a professionally ran business. With my background in marketing and running some other home service businesses, I really thought that we could come in and really professionalize this service and make it more of a mainstream service overall has kind of been the goal for us. And that's kind of how we got started in dog poop. Obviously, we all, a lot of us as kids grew up scooping dog poop, probably not the fondest memories. So I think all that's contributed to the success we've had over the years.
When you think of your own identity, do you still consider yourself to be a digital marketing expert, or are you more of the dog poop expert?
Yeah, I'd say probably more of a dog poop guy now. So
yeah. Right? Listen, own the label, own it.
That's right. Yeah. The dog poop guy. That's me.
Dog poop guy. William Milliken, this is awesome. You've achieved incredible and very impressive growth by leveraging cutting edge strategies to scale operations. We just talked a little bit about it over the past few minutes. What's one cutting edge strategy that you use to scale Swoop Scoop across multiple states?
Mm-hmm. So I'd say one thing that was probably one of the biggest difference makers is just the ability to give people a instant quote and be able to just sign up on our website without having to go through a bunch of people showing up to their house and going through all these steps. We've tried to treat this industry almost like e-commerce. So you can just go to our website, you can pick out how many dogs you have, you can pick out what service frequency that you want, and essentially you can just sign up for services right online. You don't have to talk to anybody. You got a customer portal that handles all your billing. Everything's essentially handled online. The only touch points we really have to have with somebody is if there is an issue or if we're actually out in their yard picking up after them. So I'd say that's probably one of the biggest things.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know you discussed the model you call the one person, part-time, no employees, 6 figures. For someone looking for the next big side hustle, how realistic is this model and where should they focus their time to achieve 6 figures without hiring staff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this model is really cool because it doesn't take a lot of startup capital. You could literally get started with a rake and a bucket and some disinfectant. I mean, I think it was like less than $200. Technically, you can go out and get started. And depending on your area and your route density, one person can typically handle upwards of 150 clients on their own if they're going to work full time on their own. And our average customer pays us about $120 a month now. So you can just kind of do the math. That definitely gets you well over 6 figures if you got a full route working by yourself. I'd say as far as getting started, the most important thing is to actually go out and start taking action. A lot of people get caught up having the perfect website, having the perfect logo, making sure everything's just 100% dialed in before you get started. But really, you just need to go out there, get clients, start getting some money coming in the door. And from there, you can kind of refine your systems and improve your business over time. But really just going out and getting those clients is the most important thing.
Get out there, start scooping poop. That's the key. That's my big takeaway over here. William, as mentioned before the break, we talked about the Poop Scoop Millionaire Community. How do you build it? What makes the educational content and business model you teach so successful for entrepreneurs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we launched the Poop Scoop Millionaire kind of mid last year. And kind of the reason behind it is when we started our Poop Scoop business, we had like no idea what to do. I think my business partner was literally out scooping rocks, timing himself to see how long it would take to scoop a yard. And we thought it would be really important to kind of bring that education out to the industry and really help create this as a mainstream industry. As I mentioned before, not a lot of people know that scoopers exist. There's hardly any in most cities. So really trying to get that word out, trying to educate people on actually how to start the business and what a good opportunity it is was really important for us in getting that founded last year.
For an entrepreneur that's looking to build financial freedom through a service-based business, what's the key difference between owning a job and owning a true scalable business system?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be having those systems. And if you don't want to own a job, you're going to have to get to a certain level of scale, especially in a home service business. If you're a one-man show, you can definitely earn a really good income. You can make 6 figures plus in a fairly straightforward way. But if you want to own a true business, you're going to have to achieve a certain amount of scale. So you're going to have to probably have at least 3 trucks out on the road, probably 3 full-time employees, especially in this business if you want to not be out there doing the work and still being able to generate the revenue. Having those systems, having the call scripts, having the website, having the onboarding forms, having the CRM, all that stuff is going to be critical if you don't want to actually have a job, but a true business that can run without you.
Yeah, you just mentioned CRMs. You emphasize creating reliable, profitable businesses. What's the single most important metric or system that you advise entrepreneurs to track to ensure that their business is profitable, not just busy?
Yeah, 100%. So probably the main one that I look at is going to be your customer acquisition cost to your customer lifetime value in as far as like gross profit goes. So if I spend $100 to go out and get a customer and I know it's going to bring in $2,000 in gross profit, I'm going to try to scale that as aggressively as I possibly can. And really for me, kind of more as the CEO of the company, I'm not scooping, I'm not taking calls from customers. That's one of the main things that I'm looking at is how much money can we put into this machine now that it's turned into a business machine? And how much money can we get out and just tweaking it to make it more efficient over time?
Come on, you don't get out there maybe just once a month just to like stay current with the tactics and techniques?
With the scoop, I'll be honest, I actually never I scooped myself for one half of one day ever, and I always say my excuse is that I had hired a pooper scooper before we started, so I can kind of get out of it. But no, I don't. I personally don't do any scooping.
That's awesome. William, what's the biggest opportunities here right now in the overlooked markets, the unusual or unconventional industries that you think entrepreneurs should be paying attention to?
Well, I think this is definitely a great one. It ticks so many boxes. It's recurring revenue. It's the subscription. It's easy to hire employees. It's easy to get customers. But I do think home services in general are kind of underserved. There's a lot of people that have been in various industries for 10, 20, 30 years. they don't have good marketing. They don't have good systems. A lot of people are retiring right now. So there's a lot of opportunity in the home service, niche, whether that's scoop and poop, whether it's cleaning, lawn mowing, whether it's the trades, electrical, HVAC, plumbing, you name it. I think there's a lot of opportunity for people that are willing to actually go out there and get their hands dirty right now.
I love it. We've been chatting with William Milliken, the founder of Swoop Scoop, a multi-million-dollar dog waste removal company that serves thousands of customers across multiple states. He also has helped so many people become Poop Scoop millionaires. William, how can we learn more? How can we get in touch with you?
Yeah, so if you want to learn more about the industry, we have a free YouTube channel. It's just at Scoop Start. But if you want to actually talk to me, we do have the online community, as you mentioned, Poop Scoop Millionaire. It's hosted on the School platform, SKOOL. So if you want to check that out, just Google Poop Scoop Millionaire. We'll come up. People message me. I do my best to reply to everybody's messages first thing every morning. So that's probably the best way to get a hold of me. Learn the industry, anything from what tools to buy, how to do advertising, how to hire employees. We have all that information right there within that community.
Well, that's a wrap for us. Thank you so much, William. Appreciate it. That's a wrap for all of our conversations today. We've talked about a lot of things, and I've said poop more times than I ever expected on a show of Get Down to Business. But we've got a lot more on my website, shalomklein.com, or of course on your favorite podcast app. Just search for Get Down to Business Success. Let's get down to business.